So fragrances can change a lot throughout the years, whether it be from reformulations or just from the hype around it starting to die down. Along with that, people's opinions on certain fragrances can change as well. I hear a lot of talk about the reformulations of Ultra Male. It seems like whenever people catch wind of a fragrance being reformulated, it seems like they start running around like a chicken with their head cut off. They're posting in the Facebook groups, they're posting on Fragrantica reviews, they're posting in YouTube comments, asking everyone, hey, has it been reformulated? Have you tried the new formulation? And as someone who sold my original formulation bottle of Ultra Male a while ago, I now have a current formulation bottle just in my possession because I missed the fragrance. Just recently picked this one up again. So I figured, why not go ahead and make a video talking about this current formulation bottle that I have and if it's any different. And I also figured that while I'm at it, I will just go ahead and re-review this scent. If you look way back on my channel, I believe it was actually within the first like 5 or 10 videos I made where I did a review on this. So needless to say, I think I've come a pretty long way in terms of how I reviewed stuff back then compared to now. So I figured, why not just go ahead and give this a re-review and also briefly touch over how this one smells compared to the original formulation. So hopefully this can kind of help you out and also put some things to rest. So there's two different formulations of the scent. There's the BPI version. That's the one that is the original formulation. That's what it was started out being bottled in. That's when everyone made their reviews on it, including me. So I did have the BPI version back in the day. And now there is the Puig version. I believe that's how you say it. I really have no idea. P-U-I-G, Puig. I don't know for sure, so cut me a break on that. I really don't know. But that is this current formulation, and that's what you'll get if you buy it from like a discounter. And if you look on Fragrantica and try to read the reviews of this scent, a lot of it's going to be talking about those two different formulations. People are, comparing them. Some are saying they smell different. Some are saying they smell the same. So I'm going to give you my personal opinion on it. Now keep in mind, I'm only going off my scent memory here. I did sell my original bottle a while back, but just going off of, what I can remember of what that smelled like compared to this one, I have to say, I really can't tell a difference. Again, this isn't a side-by-side here, so forgive me a little bit. I'm just working with what I can remember just to help some of you out, hopefully. But this really smells exactly like how I remembered it. So yeah, for me personally, I can't really smell much of a difference. It smells just like how I remembered it when I used to own it, and that's really all about I can work with. And if you look at the Fragrantica comments, a lot of people will echo the same thing, that they really can't tell much of a difference and it performs the same. So I would say just go with the majority there. There are going to be some people who kind of have tricked themselves into thinking that it does smell a lot different. If they've smelled the BPI and then they've smelled the current version, a lot of people are going to think that they do smell more different than what they may just because of the whole reformulation talk. Like I said, that's something that people will take very seriously, and I don't really understand why. Realistically, changing suppliers like that and everything, they aren't going to make it that different. They're going to keep it as close as they can because they don't want stuff like this to happen where people go crazy about it and stop buying it. So yeah, for me personally, I can't really smell a difference. This one still is very strong on my skin, which we'll talk about later, and it still does smell just like how I remembered it. So hopefully this helps some of you out there if you're curious about picking up a bottle. Just don't go looking for the older bottles. Don't waste your time with that. Don't spend extra money on it. Just head out to a discounter and purchase this new version because it is fantastic. So now we've got all that out of the way, let's go and jump into the scent of this. So what you get right off the top when you spray this scent is a nice juicy pear note. Starting to mix with that right away is some vanilla and cinnamon. And right up top, just a little bit, I pick up on just a little bit of mint and lavender as well. So when you spray this one on, you get hit with a lot of stuff right away. And for some people, it may be kind of off-putting, but for me personally, I like the opening of this. But just know that it can be a little bit too sweet for some people out there. And that's something that I will say right away with this scent is if you don't like sweet fragrances like this, you're going to want to stay away from this one. Because this is pretty much the epitome of a sweet bubble gum type of scent. A lot of people call this one juvenile and just, hate on it because of how sweet it is. And it's completely personal preference. Generally, I don't necessarily go for fragrances like this, but I love this one so much because I think it is quite unique. In the dry down, that pear does wear off a little bit, and the main players is that vanilla and also that cinnamon. What I get in the dry down is almost like a burnt vanilla smell, and I'm pretty sure I described it like that in my initial review of this scent, and that's still what I pick up on even now. A nice burnt vanilla, that vanilla, that cinnamon, it just smells incredible. Again, this one is sickeningly sweet, but to be honest with you, I enjoy it a lot. And for fall and winter time, this one kills it. You know, a lot of people will say this one is better for winter, but for me personally, I almost enjoy wearing this one in the fall more. I don't know, there's something about it that just reminds me of fall when I smell it. Nice cool air when the leaves are turning and falling. You know, this one really does smell a lot like fall to me. And that's why I was in such a hurry to pick this one up. Now that we are getting into that fall weather, you know, I knew I wanted to pick this one up again, and I ended up going for it. And it smells just like how I remembered it did. Very, very nice stuff. And now let's go and talk about performance. On my skin, I get around 8-9 hours, sometimes a little bit more. At that point, it is pretty close to the skin, kind of that burnt vanilla type of smell that I've talked about. But projection within the first, few hours of spraying it is very, very strong. This one will fill up a room pretty easily if you're not careful with it, so I will tell you to be careful with it. If you're wearing it to a party or to a club or something like that, then it's okay to go with a few extra sprays if you want to get noticed. But if you are going to be wearing this one in day-to-day life, don't make people hate you and, hate people who wear cologne by overspraying this one, because this one can be very strong and very loud. So, I would normally just go with a couple sprays just for normal wear. So let's go and talk about when you can wear the scent. A lot of people will say this is perfect for clubbing, which it is. It's a great party scent, great club scent. The way I kind of see it for is, perfect for any sort of Halloween parties that you may be going to in the fall, stuff like that. Any sort of party or anything, this one's going to work great because it's very sweet, it's very loud, it has great performance, so it's going to cut through the air and it's going to get you noticed. I would say other than that though, not too much else you're going to want to do with it. I mean, it's not going to be really good at all for wearing to work. It's way too sweet for that in my personal opinion. It's not really one that I'd want to wear to school either. Really for me, more for just casual wear. And that's really what I'm going to be doing with this one. More as a casual scent and more as just a personal scent that I'll spray on when I want to enjoy it myself. My girlfriend hates this fragrance. It's way too sweet for her. She's typically more into the more masculine scents, and this is not one of those, which sucks. But again, at the end of the day, it's not a huge deal. I kind of figured she wasn't going to like it, and I was right. So again, more of a personal scent for me, one that I'll wear when I just want to enjoy it for myself, because I do love the scent despite what people may think about it. And people in the past have called me a niche snob when I'm reviewing niche fragrances and talking about how much I love fragrances like Elysium and like Aventus and Baccarat Rouge 540, some more expensive niche fragrances. They'll be quick to call me a niche snob, but then they don't realize I also really love this scent, a scent that most niche snobs would actually hate on and despise. For me personally, this one just works so well on my skin, smells gorgeous to me. I love the scent and it's perfect for fall. I'll be wearing it in winter as well, but like I said, it just works in the best in the fall for me. It just smells great. So compliment factor on this one, I kind of already touched on it earlier, but it's going to be a great compliment getter. Again, it's going to be one that really only people who are into sweet fragrances are going to like. If your girlfriend or wife is into very masculine fragrances, you're probably going to be best off not getting this one on a blind buy because chances are she's not going to like it. And the same goes for you. If you're into masculine, woody scents and you don't like the more metrosexual, sweet type of stuff, this is one that you may want to sample first because it's going to be completely different than what you're normally used to smelling. And that's what's so different about this one is it doesn't smell like your average men's cologne. Typically, when you think of a cologne or a fragrance for a guy, you have something that's very woody with some citrus top notes, a lot of times like a prominent lavender note, which this one does have, but just something that comes across more masculine and just smells more like a cologne. On the other hand, they can go more clean and fresh smelling, so like Dior Sauvage with that ambroxan note and that citrus, something that smells almost like a shower gel. And then you have this fragrance, and that doesn't fit into any of those categories. It's not clean and fresh out of the shower, and it's also not very woody and citrusy and just traditionally masculine. Really about the only thing this fragrance has in common with those is the somewhat prominent lavender note in the opening, but like I said, that dissipates pretty quickly and you're left with that nice sweet vanilla, cinnamon, and pear combination. So this is going to be a great compliment getter for the people who are into this one, and basically the way this DNA is it's going to be one where when someone likes it, they're really going to like it and you're probably going to get a pretty good reaction out of it. And for the people who don't like it, chances are more than likely than not they're probably going to dislike it or hate it pretty strongly. So basically it's going to be one end or the other with this scent. People are going to love it, people are going to hate it. And personally, I like fragrances like that. And I'm in the boat where I love the scent, despite how sweet it is, how strong it is, it just works with me well. I just like it. So guys, that's pretty much it. That is my review on Jean Paul Gaultier Ultra Male. Again, hopefully this helps some of you guys out. I know I couldn't offer too much information on the different formula comparisons, and to be honest with you, it's not that big of a deal. Just go out and just grab this stuff and enjoy it. Just quit stressing about stuff like that because it's not worth it. This smells just like how I remembered it smelling back when I first got it. Performance is still great, and overall it's just a solid scent. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this review. Let me know what you think of Ultra Male down below in the comments. It's one of my personal favorites. I know a lot of you are a fan of it as well, so I'm excited to start having this one in my fall rotation. And then also let me know down below what other videos you want to see me do. It could be list videos, it could be other reviews. If you want to see me re-review some fragrances that I've done in the past, let me know down below in the comments as well, because I'd definitely be open to doing that if you guys would want to see that as well. So that's going to do it for me, guys. If you enjoyed, don't forget to leave a like down below. Also, don't forget to subscribe and turn on post notifications so you don't miss when I post. That's going to do it for me, guys. I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.